Hello dear English learners, welcome again to another English lesson. Today I am Priyanka Chaudhary. In today's video I am going to share with you a very important topic, and this is the myths about learning English language. The myths or the misconception that the people have regarding learning English language. And this is what I am going to discuss with you in this video today. So the first misconception among the English learners is that the native English speakers can teach English much better or far better than non-native English speakers. What I have to share on this myth is I really do not believe this, and I do not think that native English speakers can teach English in better way. Why? There's a reason, and I think so because the native English speakers have learned this language without any prior experience. Means they have been speaking this language since their birth because of their environment. Just like we people have been speaking our native language since our birth, right? Do we know all the grammar rules of the language that we speak? I don't think so, because I personally do not know the Hindi grammar rules, and I am a native Hindi speaker, okay, and I do not know the Hindi grammar rules, the Hindi sentence formation. I have been listening to this language since my birth. People around me used to speak in Hindi, so that's why I automatically started speaking in Hindi. So the same thing happens with native English speakers as well. So they are speaking English because of their environment, but they are not at all good at framing or understanding or making other person understand that how the English language is actually spoken. All right. However, they are very good at speaking English. They are fluent as well, no doubt, but they are not good at explaining this to other people who want to learn English. All right. That's why I think it is much better to learn English from non-native English speakers. Why is it so? Because the non-native English speakers know each and everything, or know most of the rules about English grammar, and they can teach you in a much better way. They can relate with your issues, they can relate with your problems really well. Why is it so? Because they have also been through the same phase. Because they are not native English speakers, so they can relate with your problems, they can understand your issues and where are you facing the problems, and this is how they can better resolve your problems. So it's better to pay attention on the skills and the qualification of any trainer, of any teacher at first, rather than having this misconception that the native English speakers can teach you better. I am not denying that all the native English speakers are like that. Some of them really are very good at understanding their own language, understanding the grammar of their own language. So I am not considering all the native English speakers in one parameter. So there is nothing like that. And the second misconception or myth among the people is that I am too old to learn English, and learning anything new is for the youngsters, not for the older people. So let me tell you, these type of excuses are just made by these set of people because they do not want to come out of their comfort zone. This can be the reason, or they are not interested in learning anything new, or the another reason can be that they are afraid of trying anything new. This is another challenge. And sometimes they also think that learning anything new, maybe learning any language or anything, is quite challenging and difficult task to do. That's why they just make excuse, and they again go to their comfort zone by making this excuse that I'm too old to learn any language. And there is nothing at all like that. I have seen many old people, they have achieved a lot of success in their career at the age, at this age when they are old. So age is just a number. I think age is not a barrier to achieve your success, to achieve your goal. If you are interested, if you are passionate about learning anything, if you are determined, you are focused, then nobody can stop you from achieving your goal. So stop saying that I'm too old to learn English. And the next myth among the people is that we need to go to abroad, or for learning English we need to live in an English speaking country. Only then we will be able to speak English fluently. You know what? Gone are those days when people used to think like this. So stop thinking like this at this moment, means in this era especially. This is an internet era and everything is available just at the touch of your fingertips. That's all. So you do not need to just waste your money and to go abroad for learning English. If you want to go abroad just for the purpose of traveling, that's another matter. But if you are thinking, or you have this belief that we can learn English only when we will visit any English speaking country, then this is just a myth. And you can learn English just sitting at your place, wherever you are. Everything is available, as I said, on your phone, or there are so many English speaking courses that you can join to learn English wherever you are. So you do not need to go anywhere for learning English. And the next myth among the people is, there are some people who think that to become fluent in English we have to make no mistakes. Means they think that if there will be 100% accuracy while speaking, only then we can be called a fluent English speaker. But there is nothing at all like that. Fluency, let's first understand what is fluency and whom can we call a fluent English speaker. So the person who is able to speak the language smoothly, easily and with comfort, and the person is not taking many pauses to think of the words, then that person can be called a fluent English speaker or a fluent speaker. That's all. So stop thinking that fluency means accuracy only. No, it is not at all like that. Fluency does not mean 100% accuracy. As I said, fluency means that you find it comfortable to speak and share your thoughts and ideas in a very natural and easy way. This is called a fluent speaker. Now, in order to speak English fluently, if we'll only keep thinking about our mistakes and our entire focus will be on accuracy, then it is going to negatively affect our communication skills, fluency and ability to speak anything naturally and easily. So just forget about thinking too much. So just forget thinking too much about your mistakes and maintaining this accuracy. What you need to do is you need to maintain balance between accuracy and the mistakes that you make. Means if you are speaking, you want to become a fluent English speaker, try not to make many mistakes. And if you are making minor mistakes, even I do so. I make mistakes while shooting this video, while recording this video. So it happens. Alright, it's normal part of life. We make mistakes even while speaking our native language as well. So stop demotivating yourself by telling a lot of negative things to you. And making mistakes is a part of life. If you make mistake, then you learn, and if you learn, then you become successful. That's it. And the next misconception or the myth that is related with English language is that some people think that learning English language is boring. English language is boring. There are some people like that. It is so difficult and there are a lot of grammar rules. It is full of complexities, so many pronunciation. One word has so many pronunciation, then accent issue. Means people, they get so puzzled, and because they do not feel like ready to learn this language and they are already afraid and they have heard this from other people, they think that learning language is boring. Or there is another reason that their method of learning is boring. What I think is, in my opinion, not a single language is boring. I do not consider any language boring. All the languages have their own value, their own essence. So the method that you are following to learn that language, that can be boring, but language cannot be boring. So what you need to do is you need to switch, or you need to change your method of learning any language. Why are you learning this language with the help of the books? Stop using books for learning a language. Try some other methods that will work better for you. For instance, start gaining interest in learning English from YouTube, from videos, or you can join any English speaking course. Start talking to people, start listening to podcasts, or start playing some English learning games. You can start playing some vocabulary games. Means if you will just if you are thinking to learn this language just with the help of a book, a notebook and a pen, then yes, you are making this entire learning process boring. So you need to make this process, language learning process, entertaining and interesting for you. So there you are making a mistake there in choosing the method of learning this language. So switch your method of learning this language, and then you will see that whatever you were thinking before about this language, that's not true. And the next myth that prevails among people is that once they will learn all the grammar rules, they will become a fluent English speaker or a writer. This is a myth again. It is not at all like that. After completing all the grammar rules, you think you can become a fluent speaker? No. Why is it so? Because you have just practiced learning grammar only. You have been a passive learner. You have never tried to speak English. So if you think after learning grammar all of a sudden you will become a fluent speaker, it is not at all like that. Why? Because you, as I said, have practiced writing or learning or reading, let's say, for learning grammar. You have never practiced speaking English. So you can become fluent speaking any language only when you will practice speaking as much as possible. So along with learning grammar, do not just wait for that time when you will finish learning grammar, then you will start working on your speaking. If you are going to do so, when the moment will come, you will think to start speaking, you are going to forget what you have learned till now. So what should you do in this case? You should start speaking at the same time when you are learning grammar. Means you are learning grammar, or you are learning the sentence formation or anything related to English. At the same time you are applying all these learnings into speaking. Only then it will be an effective practice, and only then you can become an effective English speaker. Let's talk about the next myth. There are some people who think that once they have become fluent English speaker, once they have spent a lot of money, they have invested a lot of time learning a language, then they will always be a fluent speaker. In short, once they have become a fluent speaker, they will always be a fluent speaker. No, there is nothing like that. Let's understand this with an example. Assume I joined dance classes, all right, few years back, and I have completed the entire dance course, all right. I went there and I followed all the dance steps, and everything I did to learn all the dancing skills, and I became a very good dancer as well. But when I realized that now I am very good at dancing, I stopped practicing. As I stopped going to my dance classes as well. Now what is going to happen? After some time, maybe after a few months or maybe few years, because I am not practicing, there will be higher chances that I will forget all what I have learned in my dancing classes, all the steps that I learned in my dancing classes. All right. So the same thing might happen, or the same thing happens with the people who think that once they have become a fluent speaker, they will always be fluent. So there is nothing at all like that. If you are not in practice on the regular basis, there are chances of losing your fluency again, because practice is important. So we should never stop practicing, and we should never be satisfied with ourselves that I have become a fluent speaker now, and now I do not need to join any English speaking course, or I do not need to practice speaking English because I know and I'm very good at speaking now. So never ever have this thought to not to practice on the regular basis. If you want to be fluent forever, you have to practice speaking forever. And that's it for today's video. I hope this video proved helpful to make you feel motivated and to continue your journey of learning English if you somewhere lost the interest in learning this language. So now if you really like this video, then do not forget to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye, take care.